So in fourth grade, I remember the elementary school would take our class and the fifth graders and sixth graders would play a concert for them to get people interested in music. And I remember I went to CDC at the time, and in the band I saw Lee Allen playing clarinet, I think. And I was friends with him at the time, so I talked to him about it. I was like, okay, clarinet seemed pretty cool. And then I also thought, okay, I looked at all the other instruments such as like saxophone and trombone, and I was like, okay, these look too heavy, so I'm just gonna pick clarinet because it's really easy to carry around.
I'm in fifth grade and I'm going to this private school in Vacaville that I've been going to for like my whole life, I guess. And they just started a band program, and so they're getting all these different kids to pick out some instruments that they want to play. And I take the list home to my mom, and I'm like, hey, so I kind of want to do band. Like, what should I pick? And she's like, well, don't pick the flute because that's girly, and don't pick the clarinet because that's girly too. You can pick the trombone or the trumpet. And I was like, okay, well, which one's easier? So I picked the trumpet.
So after I took piano lessons, I didn't really do anything musical until fifth grade. And then again, my mom forced me to do some sort of musical talent, so I decided on clarinet because we'd already worked with recorders and it was basically the same concept. It's like an upright flute thing. It seemed light. I didn't want to go full girlish with the flute, and I didn't want to be just another generic, like, you know, Latino kid with the trumpet, so decided I'd go with clarinet.
In fifth grade, when I started playing the trombone, because I was initially going to play the trumpet because it was small and had 3 buttons, so I thought it was going to be easy. I saw the trombone and had no buttons whatsoever, so I was like, oh, well, that's got to be easier. 3 is easier than none. Or, sorry, none would be easier than 3.
I think my first experience was in 9th grade. A lot of my friends were in bands, so that's when I joined it. And I chose trombone over any other instrument because it wasn't that popular. A lot of people I knew were trumpet or drums or saxophone. And I was like, trombone, you don't see a lot of that, and so I'll try it out.
Middle school, around like 8th grade, I would always play rock band all the time, and I'd always play guitar. So I decided, okay, I kind of wanted to play guitar because guitar is pretty cool. So I got like an acoustic guitar and I started playing the acoustic guitar, just learning like stupid random songs.
When I was really young, I took guitar lessons for a little bit, and the guitar really frustrated me. I was probably in 3rd or 4th grade. No, maybe a little older than that, probably 4th or 5th grade. Before I had started playing the trombone in the marching band, or the concert band in elementary school, but I played the guitar briefly, and it really frustrated me because I could not figure out how to play chords for the life of me. And so after a while, after being frustrated with that, and then also not really having time to split between playing the guitar and playing baseball in school and all that stuff as an elementary schooler, I eventually ended up quitting playing the guitar.
I would play guitar on and off as the years went by, all the way up until my junior year, the end of my junior year, when I decided that I would join the jazz band.
Junior year, I thought, oh, you know, it'd be really, really cool to be in the jazz band. Back in 8th grade, we did like improv stuff, but there was actually like no actual jazz band for me to play in. So I thought, okay, this is going to be a great opportunity. I'll give it a shot.
Going into high school was when I wanted to quit band. I had heard things like it's a lot harder, you have to memorize music, you have to march while you play the music that you've already memorized. And it seemed like such a step up from where I had been, you know, sitting in a chair with all the music in front of me.
And then I wanted to quit after 8th grade because I thought, you know, I'd just look like another nerdy kid in high school, and I didn't want that image. I already am kind of a nerd. But my parents pushed me to do it. They were mad that my older brother had quit before high school, I think. So I joined it. It was really fun, actually. There's a lot of cool kids. We're not nerdy. We go to like band reviews and we see other bands, and they have just generic geeky kids. But we have people who play like all sorts of sports. We have people who basically lead the school.
Sophomore year rolled around, and the opportunity to try out for drum major, the leader of the band, that came around, and I thought about it. I thought, oh, that'd be kind of cool, but I never really like took too much like effort into it. Like, oh, you know, I really want to do that. So the time came when it came to apply, and people were like, yeah, you should do it. You should give it a shot. So I was like, okay, I'll try. So after a written statement, an audition, and like an interview, I actually got selected to be the drum major. So I was like, okay, I'm going to be the drum major of the high school band. That's awesome. Like, how did I end up with that? So then I went to drum major camp, and that was really cool. I learned how to spin my military, or what my parents call my nerd stick. So my favorite memory in high school band was probably when we went to Disneyland, and for Wind Ensemble we got to go into the recording studio where all the professionals play and record the music soundtracks for all the animated movies and stuff. And it was really cool because we actually got to like sit in their chairs, and we got to use their headsets and stuff, so we got to actually like listen along as we were playing. And then we had our own like sound engineer in the back who would like tell us like, okay, we're gonna like turn it up, or like play a little louder, or play a little softer. And then we had a professional conductor like that actually works with like famous people. So it was a really cool experience.
I think band was a really good experience because even though I didn't really enjoy that, it got me into writing music, which I really do enjoy. And during my freshman year, our first band review, a friend of mine showed me some rap, and that was really new to me. And I really enjoyed how it sounded and how clever and witty the lyrics were. And so as I progressed through sophomore year and junior year, I started writing lyrics of my own, and even got some friends to help make beats and produce something that I could articulate over, rap over, and you know, I'm still aspiring to do more.
I think my favorite memory throughout all of this would probably be jam sessions outside of school. Sometimes at lunch, but kind of when we're not dictated by what the school band wants us to play, but just having friends over. Someone jumps on the drums, someone jumps on the guitar, you get a couple of saxophones or trombones, you know, brass instruments, woodwinds, and then all looking up a song and just covering it and having a good time. And yes, it's a good way to hang out, a good way to socialize, and a good way to get kind of the reward and the sense of creation that you get from, even if you're not composing your own music, but just getting something out of nothing, you know?
My favorite memory is probably very recently, like last year, I decided to join the jazz band for guitar. So I talked to Colson about it, and he told me all the stuff I would have to learn. So before last year started, I started to learn all the chords and stuff, and as I was learning all that stuff, everything felt like it was like coming together when I was learning with music. So I learned like all about like chord progressions and improvisation, and now I feel like I can write out like any song at this point on guitar.
My favorite memory was probably the play-a-thon. It's a fundraiser for band because we were planning to do the Disney trip, and basically we get people to pledge donations for every hour we play, and then we play from 6 at night to 6 in the morning. By the time it's like 4 a.m., half the people are asleep and the other half sound so horrible. It's just bad.
Christmas concert, and I ate 2 packets of top ramen and a 10-piece chicken nugget meal from McDonald's, and I felt disgusting. So I go to the band concert, and I'm supposed to sit in the front tonight because I'm doing so well, and I sit down, and I'm just not feeling it, and I thought I was about to throw up in front of everybody. So I raised my hand. I was like, Mr. Haynes, I gotta go home. I don't feel good. So I left, and I threw up at home.